The gun remained pointed at Cynthia. Her breathing became shallow. Every instinct told her to run, but her legs refused to move. The stranger's dark eyes remained fixed on her, cold, emotionless, deadly. David lay on the warehouse floor, blood spread beneath him. Cynthia's mind screamed for her to help him, yet she couldn't. The man with the gun took another step forward, then another. "Please," Cynthia whispered, "what do you want from me?" The stranger smiled. "You know exactly what I want." "I don't." "Liar." His voice echoed through the warehouse. "You've been lying for 3 years." Cynthia shook her head. Tears filled her eyes. "I don't understand." The stranger suddenly grabbed the photograph from the floor, the picture showing Cynthia, David, and Sandra Okafor. He held it up. "This is why you're here." Cynthia stared at the photograph. "What happened to Sandra?" The stranger laughed, a chilling sound. "The wrong question." He pointed the gun at her chest. "The right question is, what did you do to Sandra?" Before Cynthia could answer, a loud voice thundered from outside. "Police! Drop your weapon!" The stranger's expression changed instantly. For the first time, he looked concerned. Several footsteps approached rapidly. Detective Kelechi burst through the warehouse entrance with 2 armed officers. "Drop it!" he shouted. The stranger reacted immediately. He fired a shot. The officers ducked. Chaos erupted. Gunfire echoed throughout the warehouse. Cynthia threw herself behind a stack of wooden crates. Splinters exploded into the air. The stranger sprinted toward a rear exit. "Stop him!" Kelechi yelled. The officers gave chase. Seconds later, the warehouse fell silent. Only the sound of Cynthia's trembling breaths remained. Kelechi approached carefully. "Are you hurt?" Cynthia stared at him. "No." The detective nodded. Then his eyes landed on David. His face darkened. He quickly checked for a pulse. Nothing. David was dead. Cynthia covered her mouth. Tears streamed down her face. "Who was he?" Kelechi asked. She hesitated. Then she told him everything about the messages, the wedding, the photograph, and David's shocking return. Kelechi listened carefully. When she finished, he picked up the photograph. The moment he saw Sandra Okafor's face, everything changed. His expression hardened. "Where did you get this?" "David showed it to me." Kelechi stared at Sandra's image. For 3 years he had searched for answers. For 3 years he had followed dead ends. And now the biggest clue of his career sat in his hands. "Cynthia," he said quietly, "I need you to tell me everything you remember about the night this picture was taken." Hours later, the wedding that should have happened was the biggest topic across the city. News spread quickly. The missing bride, the abandoned wedding, the mysterious disappearance. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had an opinion. But nobody knew the truth. Not even Cynthia. She sat alone in a police interview room. Exhaustion weighed heavily on her. She hadn't slept. She hadn't eaten. She couldn't stop thinking about David. Why had he faked his death? Why had he contacted her now? And most importantly, who was the man in black? The interview room door opened. Detective Kelechi entered carrying a file. He placed it on the table. "I found something." Cynthia looked up. "What is it?" Kelechi opened the file. Inside were dozens of photographs. Missing persons, men, women, young people, old people, all gone, all vanished. Cynthia frowned. "What am I looking at?" Kelechi pointed to several faces. Every one of these people disappeared within the last 5 years. A chill crawled down her spine. What does that have to do with Sandra? Kelechi slowly slid another photograph across the table. The moment Cynthia saw it, her blood froze. The man in black. His face was finally visible. Sharp features, cold eyes, a faint scar running across his cheek. Cynthia immediately recognized him. "The killer." Kelechi nodded. His expression was grave. "We've been hunting him for years." "What is his name?" The detective hesitated. Then he spoke. "Nobody knows." The room became silent. "How do you mean nobody knows?" "He leaves no fingerprints, no official records, no address, no family, no identity." Cynthia stared at the picture, a monster without a name. Then Kelechi revealed the worst part. But every missing person in this file disappeared after crossing paths with him. Fear tightened around her chest. "Are you saying he took them?" "I'm saying he may be responsible for all of it." The detective closed the file. "And now, Cynthia, you're connected to his latest victim." She swallowed hard. "You mean David?" Kelechi slowly shook his head. "No." He looked directly into her eyes. "I mean Sandra Okafor." The detective opened another file. Inside was a newly recovered security image. The image showed Sandra, alive, the night she disappeared. But she wasn't alone. Standing beside her was someone Cynthia never expected to see. Someone she trusted completely. Someone who was supposed to be preparing for their wedding. Her fiancé. The room spun. Her heart nearly stopped. "No." Kelechi pushed the photograph closer. "I am afraid so." The detective's voice became grim. "Your fiancé has been lying to you." Cynthia stared at the image in horror, and for the first time since her nightmare began, she realized the truth. The danger had never been outside her life. It had been inside it all along.